I've been looking forward to be doing this video interview with Benoist, the CEO and co-founder of Altrady, for a very long time now. We gained some incredible insights about the security on the platform and also some interesting stories about himself and how he came up with the idea of co-founding the platform. Before we jump into the video, we are about to crack our first 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, and therefore we want to do a 33% discount on our TYSON yearly subscriptions for the first 10 people that subscribe. So if you're not subscribed to TYSON and if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, definitely do that right now. And I hope you enjoyed the video. How did you come up with building such a massive project like Altrady? It's definitely nothing you do aside of your normal job.
Yeah, I never planned to go into the crypto sphere, really. I was always just doing development for as a freelancer. But back in 2017, I bought my first Bitcoin. I was able to get in pretty low, so that's good. And then within a few months, I doubled my investment. And I was like, this is very, very fluctuating, and it would be a waste not to do anything with it. So, I looked on YouTube to find some strategies on how to start trading. And when I found a strategy that I liked, that was the quick fingers look strategy, which works off support and resistance, and when a big support line is broken, then you buy below the support line, and then it has a high chance of recovering.
So this was back at the time when Quick Finger Luke still had his own YouTube channel, right? I think now he has deleted everything and kind of disappeared.
He has stopped trading cryptocurrencies like that, and he was fully focused on the stock market. But yeah, his strategy was really good in the beginning because the volatility in the market was so huge. Like every day you could have 20-30% drops that would recover in the next few hours. So I started to do that, but quickly I realized how much time and effort is actually involved in finding the markets to trade. And I was spending like 6-7 hours a day just looking for the charts and not really comfortable yet. So I was always hesitant to actually enter into a trade. And you know, if something has just dropped 20%, like it has this mental boundary that you need to step over and actually get into the market. Something has just dropped 20%. What are the odds that it's not going to go 40-50%? Well, it turns out that back then it actually didn't, and usually after those big percentage drops, it would recover. But still, so I spent 6-7 hours a day, looking for the markets to trade. And I was like, no, this needs to be easier. I need to be able to spend way less time on this. So,
one question there: do you have any idea why this kind of movements don't exist anymore at the moment?
I think the volume, the volume. If you look at the charts from Bitcoin, if you look at the amount of trading volume over the years, how much it has increased. Like we're complaining right now that the volume is low, but it's actually really high compared to 2017.
To the last bear markets also, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it's still relatively high. But yeah, the low volatility or the high volatility was pretty much caused by the low volumes. People were just panicking and selling it like crazy. They didn't really understand how to trade cryptocurrency, because I think a lot of the people that were in there never had any experience trading, because trading in the real world, like with the stocks and shares, and that's another level. You know, that's the investment that you need to make for that is so much higher, and the threshold to get into that type of trading is very steep. You know, they make you jump through all these hoops. They make you pay all this money before you even place your first trade. So I think with the crypto, especially for me, it was a lot easier to get into. The trading terminal made a lot more sense to me compared to the traditional trading terminals. And it was just easier to trade. So I think a lot of people back then were still really inexperienced, and that really caused the volatility. And I think that nowadays a lot more people got involved that actually have a little bit of experience, and when they see something dropping 10%, they would already get in, so they would stop the price from going down further. And there are just more people trading, so more people getting involved, more people picking up these big drops. And smoothing out the market movements. I think it's a natural progression, and I think it's only going to get more and more ironed out and more
institutionalized.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, where the stock market, they have a bad day if there's 2% loss. You know, on crypto, you're not even blinking. You know, 2%. Yeah, that's the fluctuation within 2 hours. But I think that will go away over time, and then we will get to the stage where 2% is a lot and everyone is upset about it. And
yeah, all right. How did it go from there?
So yeah, spending all those hours of looking for the markets, I was triggered by Luke because he was saying, you know, if we have a scanner to find these types of markets, that would be golden. So I was like, okay, I can try. So about October of 2017, I spent a few hours in the evening trying to come up with, you know, first gathering the data and then actually trying to figure out an algorithm. And then after a few weeks, I actually had something that was decent. And yeah, I started to try it out, and I got my signals and looking at the markets, and I was like, yeah, this could save me a lot of time. So then I converted it into a mobile app because I wanted to have it with me all the time. And, you know, especially if I'm outside or not behind my computer, I just wanted to receive an alert on my phone and then, I can buy now. And that dramatically reduced my time of finding markets. Like, I was going from that 6-7 hours a day looking for the charts to about half an hour of trading. You know, that's a huge difference. So when it worked out that great, I asked my designer to create a better looking app. And then after that, we released it to the public. And Luke actually made a video about it. He was a bit skeptical in the beginning, but the video was good anyway. And his audience just picked it up, and we had a few hundred customers within the first week. So that really showed me that there was a product there. So I decided with my designer to expand it more and create a better app. And then at some point, people asked me, can you create a web-based version or a desktop version so that I can have it next to me when I'm actually trading? Because I wasn't really aware that people would be trading this every day, all day on their terminal, and they would actually have it on their PC. But that's what we did anyway. So we created that desktop app with the scanner, and users were just, you know, coming in, giving more feedback. And then at some point they asked, like, can you add trading to it? Because, you know, why are we switching between the trading terminals and not staying in Altrady, or in the crypto base scanner as it was called then? So I was like, okay, yeah, we can look into that. And then a few months later, we actually added the trading. So back in 2018, we added the first trading module, and it just grew from there. More functionality came in, more feature requests. Everything that we've created is based on user request, and that's why I think the platform is so great, because it's really created by traders. Like, I'm just a developer who implemented their requests. But
nice. And did you work together with Quickfinger Luke personally, or did you take his strategy from there?
I asked him back in the day, like, what do you think? Do you think the product's good? And, you know, I want to make this into my business. Do you want to help? And he said, no, I don't want to take any money from users, and I just want to provide everything for free. And I was like, okay, well, that's fine. I said, but, you know, I want to make this into more, and then it can't be free because I want to put in more time, and, you know, I also need to eat. So I said, I'm going to create a business out of this. because I think it's good enough for the users, and it can really grow over time.
His strategy was purely manual. He never put it into a fully automated system, right?
Correct. Yes. He didn't believe in bot trading, and there's something to say about that. You know, that's fine. And the scanner is still there and still very much capable of only manual trading. There's absolutely no problem with that. But yeah, that wasn't his vision. So we never actually worked together on this project, just because he wanted to be trading and he didn't want to make his money running a business. He just wanted to make his money trading. Well, you know, that's fair. So yeah, we separated our ways, and yeah, I got another team on board.
All right, interesting. And when did you do the move to going from crypto-based scanner to Altrady?
Yeah, so at some point, there were so many features inside the platform that the name crypto-based scanner didn't really fit anymore. It was a trading platform. It wasn't a scanner anymore. So at some point we said, okay, we need to rebrand this, and we need to make sure that people that come in know that it's not just about the base scanner, because a lot of people in the beginning thought that it was just a scanner, and they would still use other tools for their trading. And we were like, no, you can do any strategy. You know, there's no limitation in what strategy you have to use to be using Altrady. So yeah, that's when we rebranded. That's when we renamed the platform. And still today, people still think that Altrady is just a crypto-based scanner, but it really is not. It is suitable for all strategies.
Yeah, our audience starts to know that, since we have this nice deal of having Altrady included in the advanced. Let's spread the message more.
Yeah.
So you started Altrady in 2018 or 19?
18.
18. Okay, so 4.5, 5 years now. How many people are working at Altrady at the moment?
So at the moment we're with 9. We were at some point we were with 15, but we had to scale it back a bit due to the current market conditions, and we want to make sure that we stay healthy and we don't go under like the rest of the companies. So we're running pretty healthy right now, with 9 employees.
Mostly developers. One designer, probably.
Our development team our development team hasn't changed much. We've had a few freelancers in over the year coming in and out, but the stable team has always been 2 backend developers and 2 front-end developers. And the front-end developers also do the mobile part. So we have a team of 4 developers and 1 designer. And yeah, with that, because we're so small and lean, we can really move fast. So for a small team, we can push out great features in a relatively short time.
Yeah, that's the advantage of a small team.
Yeah, our development overhead is really low, and we don't have any product owners or managers or anyone in between.
All on one level of hierarchy.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm the lead developer and the lead, the product lead, of course. But no, there are no hierarchies when it comes to development in that sense. No.
How do you think is Altrady different from other bot trading platforms like 3Commas or Crypto Hopper, or some other better ones than Crypto Hopper?
Yeah, so the way that Altrady really is different is that we are coming from a manual trading setup. So bot trading and algorithmic trading, fully automatic, semi-automatic, that all came later. And I believe that a lot of the automatic trading, it can never be fully automatic, because the markets move in random patterns, so they're not predictable. That means that sometimes you have to move your take profit, sometimes you have to move your safety orders, sometimes you have to just exit the market when you need to.
Yeah, the trades need management.
Yeah, exactly. And what I believe with Altrady is that after you've set up your automatic trading, managing those positions is much easier, much more powerful within Altrady, because we started there. You know, we started with that manual trading part. So editing everything in Altrady is just visually very handy. So every time that you move something, every time that you change something in the trade, you see it happening on the chart, and there's very little room for error because you get that instant visual feedback. When I traded on other platforms, it was always very difficult for me to see, okay, so I'm placing my order now, or the system has placed an order now, but where exactly did it place my order? You know, if I want to see my trades, where exactly did I buy? A lot of those platforms don't tell you on the chart. They will tell you on a list. They would show you the number of the trade. They would show you the price of execution. But we're visual beings. You know, we like to see the visual feedback of the actions that we perform.
In the three commas has the chart, but you have to click on it to open it, and then it's 90% of the time it's buggy, the trading view viewer, right? And when you want to edit something, you should convert it to smart trade, which makes it, yeah, the separation is weird of the smart trade and the DCA bots there.
Yeah, because for our bots, as soon as a position is opened, it's already a smart trade. And it's managed in the same way. You know, there's no difference. You don't need to convert anything. It's already done for you. We only work with the smart positions and the smart trading functionalities when it comes from a bot. So we have a lot more history and a lot more experience in managing those positions, whereas the bot traders have more experience in setting up the signals. Like with 3 commas, 3 commas has a great system for starting bots. You know, for the starting signals, you could just pick from a few indicators, and the signal bot or the DCA bot will start. We don't have that yet. Like, it's coming. We're working on that because we see the request for that. But currently we only work with the crypto base scanner signals and the webhook signals. So you can still open up your trading view or TYSON bot or whatever external provider you want to use. You could still send the signals to us and manage your positions in the same way. So we are slowly getting more and more functionality to our bot trading. But when it comes to managing those positions, our platform is, I would say, unique. There is no other platform that does it the way that we do. And it might not fit your style. I don't say that Altrady is the best and a requirement for everyone, because that's not the case. You know, some people just like to have the simplicity of something like 3 commas. They're very used to it. They very set in their ways, and they don't need more, and that's fine. You know, if that's your trading style, then that's your trading style. But if you're looking for something to manage your positions more powerful, more flexible, then definitely try out Altrady and see if your old ways can be replaced by a new one, where you have more control.
Yeah, nice. Well said. What else are your plans for the next, let's say, 3 to 6 months? Which features are you planning to add when it comes getting closer to bot trading?
Yeah, so like I just said with the 3 commas part, where they have a few indicators that you could pick from and then set it up, or use TradingView or use TYSON. The signals, we want to create something where you could select your signals from within Altrady as well. So we want to add more signal providers where you don't have to think too much about the strategy. Someone has already done that. Someone has already done the backtesting for you with great results, because we only want to add signal providers that have a decent track record. So like the marketplace from 3 commas, we're not going to do that. We're not going to allow everyone to add.
That's horrible. That's a horrible place to be at.
Yeah, because how do you know like which one is good, which one isn't good? You know, we need to have some sort of curated list of trustworthy parties.
The results that they show. I mean, we are also on the marketplace. We tried if it brings some value into the platform, but after 1 year, we still didn't figure out how they calculate the APY on that marketplace page. And I asked them many times, and people in the marketplace forum were like, yeah, not even 3Commerce knows how they calculate it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no. So we don't want to be that. We want to make sure that we have good signals on our platform, and you know that you have a limited set to choose from. So it just reduces the amount of choices that you need to make, and they're good. No matter which one you choose, they're good. It just needs to fit your style. Like some strategies are just not for you, and what I mean by that is that, for example, the crypto base scanner strategy. You buy on the way down, and you have to add more orders to make sure that your position doesn't turn into a loss too quickly. And you do your safety orders, and you do your DCA, you do your layering. But if that's not your style, if you get uncomfortable with that, if you get uncomfortable by seeing a position down 30%, if you can't sleep, if you can't get away from your computer because you have that position, then the strategy is not for you. So you may need to find another one where you don't get those positions, where you only get positions that either break out to the top and actually, you know, get to profits within a few hours. And if it doesn't turn into a profit, you do a stop loss. You know, if a stop loss fits your trading style better, then you need to be able to choose those. So
that's also our favorite: tight stop losses, big take profits, giving it a framework, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So. And it's not that one is better than the other. I mean, obviously, you could calculate the results and things will arguably be better than the other, but it still has to be something that you're comfortable with. Like, I personally don't like to have a lot of stop losses because I get nervous when I have a really bad streak of all my stop losses being triggered. You know, I get uncomfortable with that. I prefer to have longer running positions, and I don't mind it going down for 20% because I know, being in the crypto space for this long, I know that these positions will return to profits one day. You know, I can manage my way out of them.
Most of the times, not all of them, fortunately.
Well, so far, I think I've managed to save about 97% of all my positions. Some take long, most of them recover quite quickly, and some take months, and I don't mind that. I'm more of an investment type trader. So I'm perfectly happy with longer running positions. So if that's your trading style, then yeah, you could use a signal provider that fits with that. And if not, then you use some other signal provider that likes to use stop losses and gives you a lot of opportunities to do breakout trading. You know, that if that's your style.
In the post analysis of the signal providers, will you have something like a dashboard that shows you the Sortino ratio of that strategy and the drawdown and everything?
We will add those things, but what I find more important is that, I mean, we won't let signal providers on there if they're bad. So you can sort of like,
there's a first filter already being done by you, and then.
Yes, so we've done our due diligence based on the signal providers that we offer, and so they are decent signal providers. They should run you a profit over a longer period of time. Like, everyone has drawdowns, everyone will go in the red at some point. That's just part of trading. That's just normal. And then after that, we really want to focus on the type of signal provider that they are, so that you can find something that you're comfortable with, because that's ultimately more important. Because if you're not comfortable with it, you get emotional. When you get emotional, you start making bad trades. So
you're gonna tell the clients rather what type of strategy it is instead of giving all the numbers and making it too technical, if I understand correctly.
Yeah, because a lot of, especially the people that do the bot trading, they don't really understand the calculations anyway. We will offer whatever you have provided. So I'm sure you have your own statistics that we could link to and say, listen, if you want to dive deeper into the statistic, this is what they offer. This is what you can see, how their signals perform. And basically, if you want to do that deep dive into the numbers, you can. But ultimately, the decision that you make should be based on your wishes, your level of your level of trading, or your trading style, and what you're comfortable. And if you want to do manual rescues or not. Like for some strategies you need to do manual rescue, for some strategies you don't, because if you use a tight stop loss, what's there to manage? You know, it either triggers your stop loss or it doesn't. Well, we have some features inside the platform that allow you to still manually adjust things. For example, when you have a breakout strategy with a tight stop loss, as soon as you're in profit, like maybe when you're 2-3% in profit, you actually want to lock in your profit, so you use the trailing stop loss part, and maybe you want to activate that later. You know, maybe you want to have a little bit more control of when that actually gets activated. So once the signal is received, you can look at the signal, you can say, okay, yeah, this is good, but I only want the trailing take profit or the trailing stop loss to be triggered when the price reaches a certain point. So for that, you can manually adjust those settings based on the initial signal.
So it basically comes back to your core advantage of coming from a manual trading background with the platform, so you can really get into the trade and tweak while the trade is running. Yeah, and as long as you can do that with confidence and not based on emotion, so you do it based on, you know, for example, your favorite support and resistance lines, if you use that, or if you use another type of indicator where you determine the price of where you want to trigger your trailing stop loss, then you just go into the terminal, you look at the chart, you see exactly the prices, you see exactly where the trailing stop loss will be triggered, and you hit save and your order is changed, and you know, within, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, you would have an updated version of your position, and you could stop worrying about it. You know, you could, more easily maximize your profits in that position. But that's obviously for people that are a little bit more advanced in the strategy, because if you just start with someone's strategy, then you don't really understand, you don't really know how to do these things. But over time, when you review the trades that the algorithm has made, again with the visual feedback, so you just go to the trading terminal, you click on your position, and you see exactly where the trades were entered, where the buys were, where the sells were, and you can start to get a feel of what the algorithm is doing. Right, very nice. I got one last question for you. In the last video on Altrady that we had on our channel, I was talking about that you have been working for the security of the Dutch government before. I know the topic is already a little bit blurring and fading of the 3 commas API attack, but still, it's probably still important. Of course, it's still important to take care of the security of your API keys. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so for more than 12 years, I was working for a Dutch company in the security and identity branch. So what we did was we would create an identity platform where you would register online, and you would be verified to actually say who you are based on your passport, on your facial ID, and later on also biometrics. And your personal identity is very, very important. So having a state-of-the-art security system is, you need to have that. You can't go without. And my role within that company was to create that security system. So when I translated that to trading, what were the most important things to protect? Well, your API keys, because if your API keys get leaked, then people could just place trades on your behalf. You know, even though you can't withdraw, we've seen that having access to API keys is still very damaging, and they could still drain your account by actually selling your funds into their own and making huge profits based on those transactions, which is actually what happened with the 3 commas hack. So even though you couldn't withdraw with the keys, they could still clear your account by trading in these low volatility markets and selling your coins at crazy prices. So the experience that I took with me from creating those security platforms for the Dutch government and for the UK government, I added them to Altrady as well. So we make sure that your API keys are encrypted using the latest encryption technology and also in a unique security encryption. So every API key that you add is encrypted with your key, not with our key. It's not done on our servers. It's done as soon as you enter the key. It will be encrypted with your 5-word password, which is like, it's impossible to crack that. And as soon as as soon as your API keys are encrypted, it's sent to our servers, and then only from activated devices where you've entered that 5-word password, you can place trades. So even if our database is leaked and the API keys are in encrypted form extracted from our database, they can't be used because they don't have the decryption password. And there's not a single password that can decrypt those keys. So you'd have to basically hack everyone's computer to be able to perform an attack like they did with 3 commas.
Well, I understand. Yeah, that sounds really secure.
Yeah, I think, I mean, obviously, given enough time and enough incentive, a hacker could still do something, but we make sure that they have the hardest time to do it, and we're on top of it. Security is our first and foremost priority. We will never compromise that.
Is there any way to get Binance whitelisted? Because I guess for many people it's super annoying every 3 months to redo the Binance API keys, especially if you manage other people's accounts. You have to do like 10 of them and request all the keys.
Right, yeah. So beginning of this year, Binance sort of forced us to do IP whitelisting, which, you know, they gave us a week to implement it. So we got cracking, and we actually implemented that in time. And then later on they said, you know what, we've actually reduced our requirement, and if users don't want to use IP whitelisting, then they don't have to. They just need to give consent, and then your API key will require renewing every 30 days. But we've added the IP whitelisting now, so you can add your API keys and they don't expire. So that's already in place.
I didn't know that. That's great. I will do that straight away.
Yes, it's very much advised to do that. Yeah.
All right, that's all for today, I guess. Thank you so much for the interview, and it was very nice to get all this information from you directly. Yeah. And
well, thank you for having me. And we hope to start working more together, fully integrate the TYSON bot.
Yes.
And make it a lot easier for your users to use Altrady with your signals and things like that.
We are looking forward to that. All right, thank you so much, and have a good day. Hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
See you. Bye.